Hello everyone, it's me. I'm back with a Mandela effect video, and this one I am presenting residue. And if you don't know what that is, residue is proof of the memories we had before the Mandela effect, proving that we're not crazy, that we remember things the way they were. I have a couple of weird things about the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs phenomenon as far as what the Wicked Queen said about her mirror. And I also have a personal story I'm going to quickly tell at the end, but I wanted to talk to you about my residue. So, thank goodness, me being an 80s kid, my mom kept everything. And I was at her house a few weeks ago, and my favorite books were the Walt Disney series books, and I had Cinderella and Snow White. This was actually my book. And if you look at the inside pages, it was 1973 copyright, and this was the book that I always read and that I remembered. So this is my first proof that we're not crazy with this quote. The pages are not numbered, but I will read it to you. There's a picture of the Queen looking in the mirror, and at the bottom it says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?" And I remember reading that over and over again when I was a kid. So this was copyrighted 1973. I had like a series, I think I had like 7 of these books. I had like Cinderella and the different classic, like 101 Dalmatians, and they were putting these little books for kids. So if the Walt Disney Company put these out, and it says Walt Disney Snow White on it, why would their movie have different lines than in the book? I don't know. So my second piece is this is a not Disney product, but it's Snow White. And the copyright is 1979. And the quote in this one, the Queen's looking in the mirror, is still "Mirror, mirror on the wall." So it matches the Disney quote. That's no longer in the movie. But then, this is the interesting part. So my mom got this book later. And I don't even think this was necessarily my book. She may have got this at like a yard sale later, or, maybe for the grandkids or something. Because she kind of had my books and my brother's books separate. And this one's from 1984 copyright. So it is also Disney though. Walt Disney. And in this one, it is different. So this is interesting to me. So we have the Wicked Queen looking in the mirror on this page. And it says, "Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" Or one of all, excuse me. So there's the quote. And I marked with my stickies so I wouldn't lose my place. So this is really interesting. Something changed with the Disney company's products in these books for that quote between 1979 and 1984. I'm not quite sure what that is. But we all remember, the mirror, mirror on the wall. And another interesting side note, I'm not sure if I said this in another Mandela Effect video I made, but I did have at least 2 Berenstain Bear books. I loved to read when I was a kid, and I had a lot of books, and some of the books had a record. And I believe one of my Berenstain Bears books had a record with it. Well, we always said Berenstein. I know I did a book report on one of the Berenstain Bears books in about 3rd grade. I love their books, and we cannot find them. And my mom does not throw anything away. So unless she gave these books away, where are they? So the books are just completely gone for the Berenstein Bears is what we call them. But the story I wanted to tell about the Mandela Effect, another personal Mandela Effect story of mine, I actually verified this with my brother. I'm not going to say the person's name. I'm not going to say any details telling who this person is, but if the person watched my video, they may know it's about them, but possibly not. So someone in our family went to college and came home for the summer about 2 years into their college experience for this, how you come home for summer, work a summer job, and go back. And my mother and I were sitting in the living room. And this was probably in like 1990, like 3 or 4, maybe 1995 at the latest. And we're saying, what degree are you working on in school? What are you studying? And this person said, "Oh, I'm almost done and I will have an associate degree in accounting. And then I'm going to get a degree in business. And I remember this distinctly, and I'm thinking back, why would I remember that specifically, accounting and business, if she didn't say that? If this person didn't ever mention those words, why would I remember that so specifically? Well, anyway, so a few years ago, I asked this person, she was complaining she couldn't find a job. Well, don't you have a degree in accounting and business by now? Like from back then, you've never used those? And she like told me pretty much I was crazy. She'd never gone to school for that, and she has a degree in this and this, like two other completely different things. And I was like, really? Are you sure? And then I asked my brother, and he said he remembers too. She was going to school for accounting. So I just verified that with him about 2 days ago, just to make sure that I'm not completely insane. So I know a lot of times with Mandela effects, you can think that you're just remembering things incorrectly, but a few times I've had other people corroborate what I remember to be correct. So that tells me that it isn't just me remembering, there's something else happening. So I hope that you guys thought that this was interesting with the Snow White stuff. I have my residue from my books that Walt Disney did have that quote of "Mirror, mirror on the wall." And I'm not quite sure, I understand how the Mandela effect works. I understand why the Mandela effect's happening. The whole, 2012, watch my first video on the Mandela effect. But I'm not quite sure why some things did not change. If everything was changed in that reality to this reality, why did some things not change? So leave me a comment and let me know. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.